Hello and good day, everybody. My name is Marissa. I am a partner at ThirdScribe, and today I am going to be your tour guide. I know you might have heard ThirdScribe. You may be on the site. You may just be someone who's heard of it, but you don't know exactly all the ins and outs of how to use the site. So today I'm going to go through and just walk you through step by step a few of the greatest tools that we have to offer and kind of how to navigate the site a little bit. It's going to be just a really quick overview. We'll get more in depth over the next few weeks. You can see right now the screen I have posted is the What is ThirdScribe page. This is in our blog post. You can actually find this a few weeks back, but you're going to see us go through each of these things here. Essentially, what ThirdScribe is we are the best authors service site on the whole web. We not only host services for authors like book posts, book pages, blog posts, links to referrals, links to reviews, newsletters. We do quite a bit more. We test everything out first. We help you connect to the reader. And I think that there's a few things you might find in this, if you are a reader watching this, that'll help you learn how to use the site as well. Something neat that I'm not sure if everyone knows about is that we do work with publishers. We currently have 2 publishers on our site, and we are always looking for more. So if you know somebody who is a publisher that's website could need a little bit of work or a little bit of help, or maybe they just aren't using all the tools or don't have access to all the tools, or maybe they're just paying too much money, send them our way. We'll gladly help them out. Over here to ThirdScribe. So most of you have seen this, you're very familiar with this. This is our landing page. You come across this every time you come to ThirdScribe.com. You'll see up at top you're going to have a View Books section. These books are going to be the latest books, so the books that are most recently interacted with, whether someone commented on it, someone reviewed them, something happened on these recently. These little pluses and minuses, these are how you can get added into a book. So if you want to follow a book, you just press the plus and you join that book. You'll be easily updated. Every time there's something added to the calendar, every time something gets in the forum, you're going to know that. You're going to get a notification of that right there. The minuses are the ones that you're already in, and that you click that if you want to leave a book for some reason. Right underneath this on the home page, you'll see View Activity. So activity is going to be the most recent things that happen on the site. It's not going to be the full stream, which you will go to next, just a few of the most recent activities items. And then members. These will be the members who are most recently online. At the very bottom down here, there'll be a few links. The one you want to pay most attention to is the blog one, of course, because we do blog twice a week. We blog on Tuesdays and Fridays, unless we have some sort of update that has to happen on the site. Then instead of blogging, we try to update something else instead. But moving back over here, you'll see I'm logged in as myself. So everything you're going to see is going to be from my point of view. That's why I'm already added to some of the books and such. So under here, we'll go to activity. This is going to be the complete stream. So every time someone underneath here, you'll see them under all members right now, happens, you get this right here, just like on Facebook, just like on any other social network. I know that, let me stop for a second to say, I know that this might be a little different to you guys. I remember the first time when I switched from MySpace to Facebook, it took me about 6 months to fully switch over because the sites weren't exactly the same. And that's what I think is happening right now to a lot of people with ThirdScribe. It's similar, but it's not identical. So just give yourself a few little chances, a few little times to be on the site, and it'll be familiar to you in no time. Moving on, sorry for that little break there. You'll see that if they have a section for all members, you can just view your friends, the books. So this is where you'll see what's going on with all the books that you're a part of. So every book you've joined, you'll see the updates on those right in here. Favorites, you can favorite just like you do on Twitter on here. And then mentions. So if someone mentions you, you're going to know where that is. You can also post your own information right here if you want to post an update with a picture, a video, or a link. Continuing on, books. This is obviously everyone's dream come true. I love our book section. So we're going to go out of here because I was already in a section. We're going to clear the genre selection so we can get to all the books together. So you'll see there are 384 books currently loaded in right now. I know some authors still have to load some in. If you need help, let me know. But you can search on them quite a few ways. You can search over here for an individual book. So I know my mouse isn't exactly where it's supposed to be, but it's right over here, and you might get an idea of where I'm pointing to now. Or you can do by genre if you don't know what exactly it is you're looking for. So let's drop down the genre list, and you can see there are a ton of different genres in here. But let's say I'll go back to where I was before, speculative fiction. I come in here and then I can either browse through all of these, or I can go and look at a subgenre. So, cyberpunk. There we go. Sorry about that. Obviously we need some more books on the site here. So here, you can see them all listed. If they have stars, it means that someone did review this book on ThirdScribe. The external reviews you can see once we click in, you'll know what I'm talking about. But unless someone reviews you on the site, you're not going to have stars that shows up. And I know as a reader, I'm more likely to click on this one as opposed to the ones that don't have the stars, just because there's those stars there. It's something that's very familiar. So I'll come in here and I can either choose to join the book. I can read all about it in this top section. I can see the author. I can see who's joined the book. See, this book has 11 members to it, and all the updates are going to be listed below. I can also post an update in it. What's neat is this is the home area. You can buy the book right from this spot. This will take you to links that are external. The difference between us and Goodreads, besides the fact that Goodreads can be created by anybody, and you're not going to be able to connect to your authors, you're not going to be able to talk to your fans directly, you can't do either or that way, is that we don't make money off of you guys selling your books. That's not our job to take that out of your pocket. I don't even think that's right to do. But you can come on here and you can click on any of these links. I'm opening it in a new tab, and you'll go right over to where that book is on Amazon, on Barnes & Noble, on wherever it's listed. There's a very simple code you just enter in using the ISBN number, and it'll automatically be loaded in and taken over for your reviews, as well as just enter in this link right at the top here, and it'll take you to where your books are. You can see that Nick has quite a few listed underneath. His books are quite a few places you can buy them. If you go down to related books, actually we'll bounce ahead to reviews because I did mention those. So under reviews, you'll see that this is a review that was listed on the site. It was Rob who read the book, and he's only said great things about the book, so I had no doubt this is going to be his 5-star review. But you can also see what other people have said, because we don't have that many on here, and trusting one person, since I know that person is worthy of me, but if I didn't know him, I don't know if I would necessarily buy the book off of one review. So you can click on this and do the Goodreads reviews or the Amazon reviews. They all get brought in, imported in, just using the ISBN number. It's very easy to do. So you can see that he's got additional reviews besides obviously the one that's on ThirdScribe. If you click on related books, you're going to see a few options here. You can choose by the same author, which is going to be all the books that the author has written. If you like this book and there's not another in the series, then this is where you would go to see, okay, I've liked this one. Maybe something else is like Soda Pop Soldier that Nick wrote. What else can I find? And this is where you would go to find things like that. I know that I spend a lot of time late at night when I finish a book and I'm not quite ready to go to bed yet. I Google books similar to or books like or look for the author. But sometimes I know that iBooks has recently changed it and they don't list all the books by the author anymore at the end. Sometimes they just write ones in the same series and it's ones you've already read, so you have to do some work to find them. Here we have them all listed together. In the same series, we do have that option here. This isn't a series, or it would be listed underneath here. And the subgenre. So maybe you've read all of Nick's books and you're looking for something similar, but you've gone through all of his. So then you'd come over here and go to the same subgenre, and you're going to find books that list themselves as being similar to Nick's book. So this way you can go and maybe try out one of these. You can look at their external reviews, you can read about them. You can go just straight from here. You just click on it and it'll take you right over there. So down here, this is a tool that no one is taking advantage of that I think everyone should. I actually spoke with Rob today about using this in some sort of way as, I guess, a book club. You could have some sort of cyber book club with your readers, with your fans, or they could have them with each other. And the meetups could be virtual, it could be video cams, webcams, whatever you want to do, or it could just be like this. But this is where you're going to go to be able to talk about your book with the readers, or the readers are going to be able to talk about it with themselves. So they could say, oh, I hate that character so-and-so, or what did you think about this, or oh, what did he eat there? You can do those kinds of things in here. This is where you would go for that. It's a great tool to have. Then you're going to be able to tag your topics. You're going to be able to keep track of everything that's going on and be notified by email. So if you're not on the site all the time, but you do check your email regularly, you can find out that way if someone's responding to your forum. So calendar. Calendar is really neat because I don't know if everyone's aware of this, but when you're using the calendar, everyone who's joined your book is notified when something's on here. So it's kind of like an easy newsletter per se. If you have, let's say, a book signing, if you have a book launch, if you have something else going on, make sure you're putting it in these calendars, especially if it's a series and the next book is coming out. That way everyone in here will be emailed and notified when you create these events. And then you'll have your members down here, so members of the book, and manage. This is where you can go and keep track and make changes to your books. So we've gone through books, so we're going to go to cafe forums. So a forum, I think you guys all know, is a place where you go and discuss things. I'm assuming we've all been using forums for a little while here, but there's a few under here. You can see that there's different sections, and then there's going to be subgenres as well. So if we clicked on beta, reader, and reviewers, there's not just one underneath there. There's two under here. And we do have a rather popular one right now for reviewers want to review books or books that need reviewers. We're going to have something new coming with that shortly, so make sure you stay tuned. Moving on, members. Members are going to be where you're going to be able to find the people you want to connect with. So you can connect with them for a few different ways. You can choose last active, newest registered, alphabetical. You can choose to go to authors or your own friends or all members. There's quite a few ones, or you can just search someone. So let's say if I wanted Rob McClellan, I would honestly only search that far in his last name because I would get him. If I wanted to find myself, I assume I'm the only Marissa on here. So, yep, Marissa right there. You can search people that way too. I'm going to use myself to go into it a little bit more just because I know what I have up and I don't know what everyone else has up. So I've completed my profile and everything, a little in depth. I don't know if anyone else there is to be shown across this video anyway. But this first section here, this is going to be your activity. So you can see everything that you've posted. It's your own personal activity feed, just like on Facebook, it's your profile. Your most recent one will be at the top. Instead, these can be your replies or other things you're doing, but your most recent, just straight activity post will be at the top. You can choose what's going to be shown by a drop-down menu. When you're mentioned, what you've favorited, who your friends are, and what's going on in the group, so the books you're following. When you go over here, this is the activity section, so profile is going to give you quite a bit of information. You can choose to change and edit your own stuff or just view it. I have mine rather filled in down here because I do want to be able to connect with other people. If someone wants to find me on Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or Instagram, I want them not to have to search and Google my name because there are a few other Marissa Willies out there. If you haven't filled yours in, it might be a good idea to go ahead and do that right now. Then your friends can find you. So notifications, these are going to be things that have happened. So if you're tagged in something, if someone sends you a message, if you need to review something, if you're asked to join a book, you're going to get notifications about those. Messages are obviously personal, private messages. You can choose to send a public one as well. Friends are who you're friends with. Groups are going to be the books that you're following. Forums, we've gone over forums. Send invites. We're going to go down here. So if you want to send an invite, you can do a few things. You can choose to invite people over to your book page and change it quite a bit. You can choose to do it by members on the site, or you can do it by people who you know email addresses. You're going to see you've invited to join the book page, the community. You can do quite a few different options on here, and you can select some books. So you can invite people to join ThirdScribe in general, or just to follow your books under there. And then settings. Settings are super important. We had a guy a few weeks ago actually get rather upset at us because he thought we were sending him spam email address or emails to his email address, but it turns out what he was receiving was friend requests from ThirdScribe members. He thought he changed his settings, but he had not. So all you would do is click on settings, which was right on the right-hand side underneath my picture, and then click email at the top. And you can choose what you're emailed, because if you don't like a ton of emails, or you don't want to know about certain things, you want to be able to customize those. I know I personally prefer to get all the emails. I want to be on top of this, but not everybody wants to be. All right. I think everyone understands the own profiles by now. So we're going to go to websites. websites are something that you should definitely have through us. I know that's kind of horrible to tell people what to do, but I've spent a lot of time looking at other author websites, and I know that most of them are missing just even the 6 basic things you need to sell books on your website or to have a website, what you should have on there. So we're going to go to Michael Bunker's because we've kind of created a joke between Rob and I that people call it doing the bunker or bunkering it because everyone wants a site like his after seeing his site. So on his site, you will see that he is full. He has information. He has a great graphic image at the top, his name. He's got a call to action to join his newsletter. He has his social links. He has a slide out. He's got it all over here. These are things you need. You need a call to action to join newsletters. You need social links on your website. You need to have who you are on there. You need, beyond that, the ability to buy your books. You don't know how many websites I go to and there's not a link to buy books. If all I'm seeing on a website is a cover of a book, then how do I know that you want me to buy it? I know that there's the theory of thought that I'm going to go and Google it, look it up, and buy it later, but I'm not. If it's not there for me, I'm not going to go find it later. I'll forget. So this is very helpful. You can see on his that you can buy signed copies of his. You can do all sorts of things. And we've got a great enter once code at the bottom down here maybe. No, he's on the side over here. This is a enter once code. So what enter once does is it turns every page into a powerful sales tool. You can see that at the bottom on this page over here. Here we go. Here's a clear enter once right here. So it's all the books on our site. You can have all your books. You can choose specific books to show up that will be listed so people can go right here and just buy the book from all their options. They're not even going to have to look around for it at all. So instead of wasting every page is a sales page. His is on the side though, so that was my bad. Then you're going to need something that's going to make people come back. Okay, I come to the site once. Why would I come back again? What's going to make me want to return? If I sign up for the newsletter, especially, why would I come back? It's because there's content. There's new things that are driving people on here. You'll see that he offers a free story. I don't know if you guys know this, but we did track the most common thing people did after reading one of his stories, and the most common thing they did was go and buy one of his other books that actually cost money. So if you have a short story that you feel like you can give away for free, please send it over to Rob. He will help you. You can go over to, I think it's stories.ThirdScribe.com. We're going to go over there in a second anyway. We'll find out then. You can do quite a few other things over here. You can see he's got interviews, he has collaboration, he's got signed options about himself, newsletter again. He's very on top of his sales. But the most, I'd say, the biggest reason people are going to come back to him is because he blogs, and he blogs frequently. You can see he's got March 4th, February 26th, February 23rd, February 18th. He's not just blogging once a month or once every 6 months. He's on here at least once a week putting out new content. And it's not just filler content. And he's got opinions. He shares his life. This is who he is. And that's why people want to come and read it. I can go anywhere to read fluff, but to read about someone and become interested in someone's life is to make someone a fan, you know? So this is, I guess, why these are so powerful, right? I mean, we've got everything in one place. And there's a ton of new tools. I don't know if you guys have gotten a chance to go over. There's been quite a few plugins added in by Rob. I know that he's going to discuss them, but go check out and see what cool new things you can do. Like click to tweets are always fun. So, hidden fact. Many of you click the back button to get back to ThirdScribe from an author's site. There's another way too if you've gone too many clicks deep. You would just scroll down over here, past the recent blog posts, past his completions, past his comments and archive, and right down here, the meta section. ThirdScribe right here. That's going to take you right back to our real homepage. I shouldn't call it a real homepage, but ThirdScribe's homepage. It'll take you off the individual site. The reason we have it hidden down there like that is because we wanted your author sites to be your own sites. We didn't want them to be our sites. So we kind of hid ourselves within the data over there. So stories. What we were just talking about, and here it is stories.ThirdScribe.com. I don't know why I'm blanking. It might be because it's a little late in the afternoon right now, and this is my second time doing the video because the first time disappeared off my computer accidentally. So you'll see stories are listed here. These are all free stories. So if you haven't had a chance, come on here and read a few. This little button right here is going to give you the option to submit your story, which Rob will definitely kind of put together and make look fancy. Take you back to ThirdScribe or go home. What's neat is if you were to go into, let's go to Nick's Lee Marvin one, and you'll see this tag right here, Science Fiction and Fantasy. If I click on this tab, it'll take me to all of them, which I'll do in a new tab while scrolling down real quickly. So our stories features are not just words. You'll see they're beautiful. They've got an image at the top. They have color blocks. They have words that they go down. They show bold print, different quotes from the story. So if you have a sentence in the story that you just love, that you think kind of captures the essence of your story, bold print it so that way someone, if they're just scrolling through, can decide whether or not that they want to continue to read it. I mean, for me, I look at this right here and I'm sold. Show me some steak and I'm in. Or a tri-tip roast or any sort of food. Shoot, show me a hamburger and you sold me. But when you go to that science fiction, you can see the archives are for science fiction and fantasy. You can choose to find another read. And you can go through the different sections of the stories too if you're looking for something. If you want to read something a little bit personal, you're going to go in here and read about Rob's 20 years in the Navy. He just retired in November, so make sure you wish him a happy retirement if you haven't already and thank him for his service. But that's all right within here. And this is a tool you guys have access to, so don't be shy from using this and sharing this on your site to find some new readers, because I know that when I shared Michael Bunker's story, I shared that with my dad. He's a huge sci-fi reader. Actually, one of the first people I've ever met in my life was Arthur C. Clarke. And my name being Marissa, it's one of the names he uses in his books frequently. And actually, let's just tell the story. So Arthur C. Clarke is one of my dad's favorite authors. He lived on the island of Sri Lanka underneath India. That happens to be where I was born. My dad's company sent him there, him and my mom, there for 3 years when she was pregnant with me. So obviously it was about time for me to come out, and that's where I was made. But my name means of the sea. So my mom wanted the name Marissa because she had a girl in her class who had that name, and she thought she was adorable. But my dad wanted that name because his idol, Arthur C. Clarke, used the name Marissa in his books, and it means of the sea, which made sense for Sri Lanka, and I was born where he lived, and he viewed this as a chain of events that just led to destiny. My name isn't spelled the same way. That was where my mom went out, but he was one of the first people I got to meet in this world because I was a sickly little child thanks to some malaria medicine. So him having gone and read Michael Bunker's, he really appreciated that. I mean, he made a few cracks at first. He's like an Amish sci-fi writer. What's sci-fi to him? The internet? And I was like, Dad, he wasn't always living plain. That's something he does now, but he does have access to the internet. You should see him on Facebook. I was like, just give this a chance. So he went, he read it, it gave him a chance, and then he went online afterwards and bought 2 more of his books. Just like that. I believe one of them was written with someone else, and one of them was on his own. I think he might have got the Legendarium book. I'm not sure which ones he ended up purchasing. But either way, he read that one. That was all it took, and he wanted more. So go ahead and share your free stories and find more readers. Then up here, this is going to bring you back home. ThirdScribe again. So going down to support. Support is something we're known for. ThirdScribe isn't just a website. We're not just a social network. ThirdScribe is a service. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Rob sleeps maybe 2 hours a night because he spends all his time and effort making sure that everything is perfect for you. He's built a few guides on here so you don't have to spend all of your time. I know that as our site grows and expands, if you're not one of the premium members, you might have to start waiting a little bit longer to get his response time. So you might be able to find some answers written right in here on this section. But you can get all of your help in here and then go back to ThirdScribe when you're good. Join, I think you guys know what that's going to be. That's going to be where you sign up to join. And this down here is just for me because these are the sites that I work on down there. So I think that was our complete tour on here. I don't think I missed anything. I'm going to preach to you guys just for a second. If you guys are using someone else for your website, if you guys are on Wix, if you guys are on, I don't know, let's say you guys have used Weebly or Webs or one of those that GoDaddy even. If you guys have created your sites on those, there's a really good chance you're paying more for those sites than you're paying for us. Because we're going to always be ad free. You don't see ads on our site. We're not going to be advertising other people. We're not trying to take any of your money from you guys that way. We're just trying to make it so our sites can stay active. That's basically what we're doing at this point. We're not making money. We're not making a ton of money off you guys. This is for you. It's not for us that we're working on this so hard. We I guess it's gonna be me. I'm gonna say me. I'm not gonna throw Rob under this. I think that Rob is giving you guys over 100% of his time and effort. He's spending so much time making sure you guys are so well supported that I think you guys all know who are on the site, who are using it already as authors, who have their websites on here, know and appreciate what that means. Because before, when I had my own business, I had a site through Wix, and I could not get someone to respond to me for the life of me. There was a day I came online and my site was gone, and no one would talk to me about it. That's not going to happen here with us. So those of you who are already on the site, I thank you for putting your faith in us during our first year, now into our second year. And those who aren't, just come on board. Just sign up, give us a chance. I promise you'll like it. If you don't, I don't know, you're crazy. So thank you for your time today. I hope you guys are having a great day or a great night, depending on what time it is where you are when you're watching this. And I will see you next time.